Well, well, well. It's going down. Hey, this is really about what matters to you. I'm just gonna be serious or frank. It's just really disappointing the way you guys are like representing yourself to women. Now, what should we do? Nothing. Should we know what we possess? Should we know what we have and not share it? There's a major disconnect with fathers and sons, and it's been over the past 30 years or so. Some of it is the dad's fault, some of it is the mom's fault, some of it is society's fault, but none of it should stop you from experiencing what it feels like to be a man with purpose. I will continue to bring it to you, but it's up to you to accept and utilize it. You know, a lot of you think that all you have to do is say you accept it, but it's more to it than that. Do yourself a favor and get on this scary ass roller coaster I'm providing for you. You can't fall off the track. You know what'll happen? You'll get a little more comfortable when you find yourself speaking to a woman. That is, if you accept these fucking tests that I have for you. I'm very serious about this. I respect the hell out of the kind of women you'll be speaking to, but I stop short of vouching for them. So it all depends on how you perceive these women and how they perceive you. You should know. I mean, there's some things that you are supposed to know. You should know that, well, actually, you should show them that you know how to talk to them. Just do it, fellas. Don't get the wrong idea. I really want the best for you. I want the best for all of you. Of course, I want you to use my products, but in reality, I want you to win. I won't get a thing from this except the gratitude of a lot of young dudes seeing themselves become men. You know, I have a big success ratio, and I see why most of you don't. You shouldn't be afraid of stiff tests like the ones I provide you. Don't be so unsure of your conversation before you test it. Don't underestimate the power you have in your words. Test it and test yourself. Don't care you are on the show if you call in. If you call in right now, don't care if someone's listening to you. Simply test yourself and allow me to critique and show you pointers. That's what I'm talking about. Caller, what's up? Caller.
What's going on, bud? It's AC.
AC, what's happening? Hey, this is A.
What's up? What's up, man?
Ain't nothing. What's going on?
Yeah, man, you up on the late night tonight, I see.
Well, sometime I'm on this time. You know, I'm on all different times, man. You know, schedule on me.
Yeah. I'm wondering though. Just a question, quick question, man. What's the best gift that a student could offer to its teacher?
The best gift he can offer his teacher is to show his teacher that he understood what he was taught.
Yes, sir. That's it. That's all, man. I ain't want too much more, but I just want to know.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Cool. Be cool.
Right on. I'm telling you guys, some things don't seem important, but that question was very important. You got to understand underestimating. So listen, when you get at a woman, your objective should be to make her feel as if you're simply talking to her. Humor is key, and knowing what to say about anything she says is all it takes. You got to listen to how I handle my conversations with the alpha women who call in. They don't always call in, but they do call in regularly. Listen to how real women who are out and about think about you motherfuckers. They're not being mean or nasty about you. They just don't like dudes like you. Their pussies are wet thinking about what they do if they had a real man lying next to them in the bed. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't put words in their mouths, but they admit to hunting just as you do. And you want to know what? You and them both fail miserably. You fail when you hunt because you are cellophane and they can see through you, and they fail when they hunt because they're looking for real men in the land of boys. What are you going to do? Do you even know what your purpose is? Are you even trying to pursue what your purpose might be? You got to be hungry. You got to be hungry. As a child, I was always inspired by the unconditional lovers, hustlers, and go-getters. You know, the motherfuckers who raised me. One of my heroes and teachers who I studied relentlessly to this day pursued his passions and raised a mighty nation from his goddamn vision, mission, and action. What I'm saying is I make my vision most important to me. I make my mission most important to me. I make my actions most important to me. So I got to salute to one of our fucking racist heroes who was fatherless, who became king, Shaka Zulu of the Amazulu Nation. What's your purpose? What will you leave once your time is, on this earth is up? I am counting my blessings, and I have run out of fingers, so I'm adding my toes. So far, I've counted 16 blessings I have received for my dedication to my beliefs. I made my choices and have no one to blame except myself if I fail. Likewise for my success. I have no one to compliment except myself. My woman worries about me, and for good reason. She loves me. I'm the kind of person that doesn't stop coming up with ideas. I've written 21 novels. I've invented 2 dope-ass games for children. And I have 5 major projects going at the same time. Now, just take yesterday. I'm fixing something that I cut in my car. So this material I needed to do it, I needed to cut it, and I didn't have no scissors. So I did a match, burnt it off, and used it. Caller, what's up?
What's going on, bud? My name is Jason, man. I just joined the SW Gold first yesterday, and I'm excited to see what's going on with that.
Well, this ain't that. This is just a video, but what's today? Wednesday, Thursday. Come to the doggone Zoom meeting, and we can talk about everything. The Zoom meeting is at 6:00 Pacific Standard Time, and the link is in. Have you gotten the lesson yet?
I got in the SWU. I got in the lesson.
Have you got any lessons yet?
Yeah.
Well, at the top of each lesson is a Zoom link, and you come to that link tomorrow and ask any question you want.
All right, for sure.
All right, man. Be cool.
All right, thanks.
Now where was I at? God damn it! Oh shit! Any motherfucking way. Each one of them goddamn things, when I thought of it, I felt was a hella good idea. And when I finished them, each time I knew it was the one that was going to take me where I'm trying to go. All my projects that I've made, I've made available make money, but not like I really want it. I get excited when I complete a project, because I seriously believe each project I complete is better than the last one, and it has the ability to take me where I want to go. Now, my woman. Caller, what's up?
Yo, what up, bud? Hey, you remember me? I'm Dre from I called in the Steve shit the other day.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, man. Hey, I just wanted to tap in, man. You know, I seen your show and shit. You know, so I tapped into the live and shit. But man, I was trying to ask you something and shit. It was about the you ever heard the quote from the Black Panthers? They said a beautiful mind is a beautiful thing to invest in, but a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah, well, what about it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm saying, like, me watching your shit, you know, like, you like one of the old school guys that like got that shit, you know, and I'm fucking with it, you know. I'm trying to learn this shit. You feel me? Because like I feel like, man.
Hey, wait, stop. If you're trying to learn shit, do you listen to how you sound?
Nah, man. You know, I'm working on that,
bro. If you want somebody to take you serious, you got to come out the gutter. You know, you got to learn to use words. It don't have to be big fancy words. It could be small words, but you got to learn how to use them, and you got to quit asking people to know what you fucking talking about, because they don't. You supposed to explain what the fuck you talking about to make it clear. So when I start talking, I am actually talking about what you're talking about instead of talking about what I think you're talking about, because I have to guess what all these words you're using.
Yeah, so you like, articulate myself better.
Exactly, right? Man. So just keep going, but articulate yourself better.
Yeah, my bad. You know, it's the shows and the live, you know, that should be having me a little like.
Hey, life is live, brother, and you're going to be on Front Street every time you start talking in real life.
Hell yeah, that's real.
Real. So get used to it, bro.
But nah, what I was trying to say is, like, I feel like you, Steve, you know, y'all giving the knowledge. I feel like they ain't giving us, a lot of us young men, you know. We going out into this world and shit, and motherfuckers ain't really giving us what we need. You feel me?
Hey, check it out. Stop right there. Stop. Ain't nobody gonna give you what you need, man. Right. Period. You're gonna have to get what you need from what's out there. No one's talking explicitly to you about what you do every day. The only person do that is you. Now, if you get something from what me or Steve say, you're supposed to take it and apply it to what you are doing. And you apply and make it work your way. And nobody's giving you shit. You ain't waiting for nothing, because if you wait, you're gonna miss the bus.
Right, so you saying we got to learn this shit ourselves, you know, go out.
Hey, what you got to do is learn it yourself, but the way you learn it is to take the information you do get from me or Steve or someone like this and use it. Right. You got to use it, bro. You can't just hear it.
Hell yeah. Peep the game and apply that motherfucker.
Hey, that's the key, brother. Applying it. So hearing shit, is one way, but applying it is the best way. You're not going to be able to hear something and take it and use it. You're going to be able to hear it and you take what you've heard and use that and see is that the right thing to do when you call in or whatever. Say, man, I heard you say woo woo and I did woo woo woo. Is that what you was talking about? And then we kick it about that. See, I ain't telling you shit at that point, but we kicking it and you learning because you going on what you know and you putting what I'm saying with what you knowing, making some new game.
Hell yes, you basically saying you got to apply that knowledge. You can't just sit around and expect shit to come to us and we ain't doing it. We ain't applying that motherfucker. That's what you saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, because that's all most of you guys do is just hear shit. You don't apply it. You just hear it. And then you repeat it. And you don't really give a fuck if you're saying the right thing or meaning saying it in the right way. You guys got to care about shit like that because that's what make you care about yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to remember that, yeah. But that's why I'm tapped into the show and shit. Y'all got that shit. I peep that shit, you feel me? And so that's why I be trying to just tap in, learn this shit. And like you said, apply this motherfucker.
Make sure you stay tapped in, brother. And anytime you got something to say, call and ask it.
Hell yeah, respect.
It'd be cool. Okay, so there's a lot of things people, need to do. Carla, what's happening?
What's going on, brother? It's AG, man. You got that shit, and I need some of it. Check me out. When you have a writer's block, or you having any sort of kind of just blocking your artistry in general, what is something that you like to do to get past that, man? Because it's hard sometimes.
Hey, bro. If I'm writing a story and I got writer's block and I know that I have it, what I do is I start writing on a totally different story. I might even make one up right at that point. What?
Yeah. Switch it up.
Yeah, man. But what I'm saying, if you already know, why are you asking me?
No, I'm talking with you. We have a conversation.
Okay. What I'm saying, bro, is you got to take your imagination somewhere else. And you got to start imagining this other story, talking about it. And when you get done with what you're doing, you go back to what you had writer's block on. And because you've been writing, that block is gone.
Yeah. So I also want to ask you too about the way you might structure some of your stuff. Like, when I was taught back in school, man, we used to do brainstorming with that web, you put a circle in the middle and you draw different shit off of it and stuff like that. But nowadays, man, it's the computer and those kind of things. Like, how do you go on about rough draft, brainstorm, and all of those things? You go straight to computer, or do you write it down on paper first?
Bro, I go to the computer and I'll start writing if that's what I'm doing. Period.
Yeah.
Sometimes I pick up a pencil and draw if I'm gonna make something, I draw it or whatever. I don't rely on no one thing. I rely on me thinking or solving the situation.
Absolutely. And this is another thing too. For these lessons, man, when you come online and you're doing a live and you waiting on people to, tap in and converse with you and stuff like that, are these like memoirs, or these thoughts that you processing throughout the day and stuff like that, and then you come and speak with us about that stuff, or how is it that you structure these shows and stuff like that, man? Because they always on point, they always have a purpose, they always have a meaning. So like, do you jot those down, or how's that?
Yes, I do, bro. I write my shows all the way out. I don't give anything the chance. It's all what I want to say anyway. But as far as that goes, sometimes I get a call and I lose where I'm at and I go back to my notes, man. And, I'm right there. But what I'm saying, my point is, which is the topic of this show, every goddamn thing matters to me. I don't know what matters to you or the rest of the listeners, but my point is every goddamn thing matters. So no matter who called, what they ask me about, I'm gonna tell them why it matters. And why it matters in most cases is because it's the thing to do if you want to complete what you're trying to do.
Straight up.
All right, bro. Appreciate that call, man.
Thanks, man. Cool.
Be cool. All right. See, when shit is on my mind, it's on and cracking with me. You know, I just fucking can't sit still when I have an idea. Now, I said that to say this. Single Mothers, that book I wrote, it just screams out to me. I am the one that you really waited on. I really, didn't wait myself. I just continually come up with ideas and nothing will stop me. Now that, my friends, is one of the big reasons my woman loves my black ass. This shit is giving, the shit that you guys do is just giving the game a black eye because it's just disgusting. The way you act in the streets, the way you handle or carry yourself. See, the country is responding to the problems in our community, and they're putting all street shit together. Now they say pimps are no better or no more than sex traffickers. Now, we know that is not true, but you'll go with that shit. What pimp do you know lock a bitch up in a goddamn cargo crate and ship her across country or whatever, across the world, and force her to be chained to a bed and hoe at the same time? That's what sex traffickers do. We don't do that shit. Now, on a brighter note, I just returned from a turnaround to LA, giving Aunt Willie the right send-off. Something in me just won't allow me to leave something as important as my friendship, just leave it up in the air. The friendship I have with Tay extends to his family. They all treated me like I was one of them. And that's why I had to go and make sure Aunt Willie, she didn't know it, but she probably knew I would be there because she treated me really well. Aunt Willie is Shantae's aunt, but she treated me like I was one of them, and I had love for her. I fulfilled all the particulars, earned my degrees, racked up $140,000 in student loans, and couldn't get a teaching credential. Aunt Willie told me, "You better not let them crackers stop you." She was dope like that. When I applied, I told them motherfuckers about a felony I had almost 30 years earlier. And they told me, long as I hadn't been involved in any criminal activity in recent 10 years, it didn't matter. Not only that, I got that shit expunged. Went to court and did all that shit that was necessary to have it taken off my record. Or so I thought. But when I went back and applied, they denied me about this 30-year-old motherfucking felony that I had. And I hadn't been involved with the police in 30 years. Isn't that like a motherfucking second chance or rejuvenation or whatever you want to call it? See, motherfuckers got to understand the laws are not different. They're just got this new wave twist to it. So I'm saying you could get life if you was caught in the wrong state and you had more than one white woman in your car. You could get life for crossing the state lines with a known hoe in your car. more than one hoe testifying on your ass would get you 35 years. I'm telling you, we played past all that goddamn shit. And this is what I'm talking about when I say thinking that scary ass bullshit make you guys accept anything from women. Get out the motherfucking way if you can't stand it. Niggas go to the pen in anything slick. You ain't gonna never do some shit that's illegal and never go to the goddamn pen. Well, I did. I was out there and didn't go. So you know it's possible. I ain't the only motherfucker that didn't go either. You know, since you motherfuckers like statistics so much, only 1% of the motherfuckers in the game, excuse me, go to the pen for some pimp related shit. The rest go for some shit that they did when they was mispimping. So stop making up reasons to be a sucker and stop using the law as a reason to let a woman tell you what to do. If not, I got a 50% stake in the Bay Bridge, the repairs that was made when that motherfucker fell, and I'm still getting paid on it. I'd like one of you motherfuckers that believe that other shit to bid on it, so me and you could be partners. It's as if you'll go for any kind of bullshit a woman runs by you, long as she say she's gonna pay. Man, my lifelong female friend Elaine Claiborne Hicks sent me a flick that reminded me of when everything was a competition. We all grew up in the Crest, and she sent me a picture of me, my brother, her brothers, and some other kids that was in Archie Moore's ABC club, boxing club, because everything was a competition back then. Even if we whistled, we had to see who could whistle the longest and the loudest. And Archie Moore's boxing club is where I learned there was no way I was going to become a boxer. In those days, growing up, we just believed a dude younger than you could not whoop your ass. At least that's what, we was always told. Archie Moore took us to Concord for a match with some white boys. But those white boys took one look at us and chickened out. So he had us put on a match between ourselves. And I had to box a dude named Ronnie Wynn. We started out, and since I was older than him, I flicked a jab out and caught him in the eye. And what happened after that, that's when I learned I ain't going to be no boxer. Because he went into overdrive and hit me in the ear. Now, after the bell stopped ringing, I quit. Never will you get me to volunteer or voluntarily absorb punishment. When you know what to do about something, but you do something else, you're asking for whatever goes on. It's the same chance you take when you send your hoe, be it by the internet or the track. Because you motherfuckers never think of this, but there is a rich motherfucker just waiting to find a hoe to take care of. All you niggas are lucky, because if that happens, you're going to have one MIA. Because none of you stand on the principle of having her instead of her having you. If you put 10 men of today in a room and 10 men of yesterday in a different room, and you have both rooms the same question, the room with 10 dudes of today would have 10 different answers. And the room with 10 dudes from yesterday would have 1 or 2, at the most 3. Do you, as a seasoned man, know why this is? The reason is men of yesterday played by the same rules. And those rules had the same meanings. Unlike men of today, the men of yesterday took pride in being individuals, and we weren't afraid to think. We knew we were in a field where each one of us thought the same thing, but we also knew at the same time we were individuals and would be damned if we were going to be clones. So we spent hours thinking and discussing how to make what we believed different so we could be the shit. The moment the very moment what we was thinking made us start thinking against the game, we dropped that thought. We forced ourselves to stay within the boundaries and still do shit to separate us. We wanted to be known for what we stood for and did the way we did it. And it had to be all about manning up. You guys today only have your way to do shit because none of you or none of what you're doing is truly being a man properly. Especially to where 90% of you agree on what's going on. Today, most of you say women are tripping. And all that do is allow you to accept the shit you accept. Real men know there has never been a generation where women were not tripping. For your information, even in the 1500s, women were tripping. The motherfucking men in that time, in the time of any era, dealt with a woman with what that era had to offer. They didn't go outside that era. And of course, you can say, well, they offering computers and all that shit now. Well, they was offering little things, not computers and shit, but things you could do to get away from manning up. Now, even if I was only now turning out, I wouldn't be going through the goddamn changes y'all go through to catch. I would do as I laced a few motherfuckers to be. If you stand on your nuts, you'll gain respect and make a name for yourself. See, y'all letting women handle you instead of you handling them. You guys are being taken care of by the women instead of leading them. If you think this game stops when you catch a woman, you are sick. Women aren't easy to deal with. Just take the W off the word woman and you'll see where they really are. The word omen means a sign of danger. What's important about knowing that? Well, if you believe in good and evil, put a D in front of the word evil, and you're going to have the word devil, the epitome of evil. Put another O in the word God, and you get good. Women are the epitome of bad things to come if you listen to them when you chasing your manhood. There are women at that point, and if you ain't lacing them with your style, you shortchanging yourself. I see through the lens of the game I lived. It's called having a third eye. Unlike you, my shit is real. I'm not saying women are naturally bad people, but society has fucked their heads up just as they fucked your heads up. So if you listen to women, you're headed for danger because of how women think today. A sharp nigga can guess what's bothering a woman he's at. And the importance of being able to guess is the broad may not want to tell you. So how do you show her you are a motherfucker? You do that by guessing with confidence. Otherwise, once you guess, she's going to start to mentally identify with what you guessed, even if it ain't what's bothering her. Then you slowly build on what you guessed was bothering her, add to the conversation your ways of solving the problems. Now, once you get her to fully agree with your observation, you go in for the kill. Example, she's resisting me and won't tell me why. And I've asked her in a non-threatening manner. So I would smile my all-can Harry smile and look dead in her eyes and say, what did that fool do to you? See, this sentence is the fishing sentence. She's going to say, what fool? And this is her biting. And then I'm going to say, the fool you mad at and trying to punish me for. This is reeling her in. Her, what are you talking about? I'm not punishing you. This is her wiggling, not actually knowing she's hooked on the line. Me, you think you ain't punishing me, and in reality, you're not. But whatever that fool did, you can't forget, and you got your guards up. Now, this is me giving her a little wiggle room so she can relax and allow this fisherman to reel her ass in. you got me twisted. I ain't mad at nobody. She now realized that she's hooked. I mean, really? This line is holding her. No, I'm not mad. She's caught now. I just have to get her on the boat. Me. Then you do me and you a favor and start listening to me as if you're not mad. And while you at it, I'd also like to see your fine ass smile. I'm putting on my apron because if she smiles, she's mine. Her smiles. And I think to myself, dinner is served. See, of all the things a man should know, one of the most important ones is how to fish. If you don't have a conversation similar in nature to this one, you'll never catch a broad who's showing a little resistance. None of you could put a Mac down like that. You don't have the confidence it takes to make it work. You may be brave enough to start it off, but your conversation is going to fall off soon. And you'll let her get away. Now, it's funny because even though you know what I'm saying is true, you'll still deny that you need this shit I'm talking about. Instead, you'll try to copy and paste my words in your fucking head instead of getting the real point of this fucking tool. Game challenges a real motherfucker. That's what you need to learn. Hey, you guys, this was a quick video. It is later in the day, and I'm just trying to see how it's accepted. If it is accepted, I might do some more. But catch me earlier in the morning, maybe 10, maybe 9, and we gonna keep going. I'm gone.